every hour we spend on that planet will be 7 years back on Earth. That's relativity, folks.
Love is the one thing we're capable of perceiving that transcends dimensions of time and space.
We all know Christopher Nolan as a mastermind behind some of the most mind-bending films of the last 2 decades. But what if I told you there is more to Nolan than just impossible dreams and black holes? Today we are diving deep into the quirks, obsessions, and insane facts about Nolan that will blow your mind. From film set rituals to mind-boggling methods, here are things about Christopher Nolan that make your hair stand on end. Nolan doesn't allow cell phones on his sets. Yep, even in the age of constant connectivity, the Inception director demands focus and undivided attention from his cast and crew. If you are on a Nolan set, you're all in. Imagine making a blockbuster without distractions. Genius or madness? You decide. Here's a shocker, Nolan is obsessed with practical effects. In a world where CGI dominates, Nolan stays old school. Remember the hallway fight scene in Inception? That rotating room, no CGI. He had the set literally spinning to create that weightless dream-like fight sequence.
Did it through a number of different rigs, and in the final edit, what you see is shot to shot to shot. It tends to be a different orientation, a completely different rig in each shot, and I think that, more than anything else, really stops the audience seeing the trick of how.
Oh, and the iconic truck flip in The Dark Knight, no special effects. He actually flipped a real truck.
They had a big chunk of TNT inside there to blow that air ram too. The only visual effect involved in that scene was to remove the ram that they had built inside the truck that actually catapulted it. Then, of course, we were shooting in IMAX. We put the IMAX cameras on the street to capture this. We had one camera inside the ultimate arm. You know, you're biting your nails when this thing's about to go down. And sure enough, you know, flip that thing up in the air. And Chris and I were really proud, I think, because we had all the cameras in the right places, and we captured some really stunning footage.
We covered it from a lot of different angles, I think 7 different angles, 4 IMAX cameras, 2 VistaVision 135. I actually don't like to use a lot of multi-camera setups, but doing a stunt that is not repeatable like this, you really have to cover yourself and make sure you've got it from all angles.
Can you imagine being one of the greatest directors alive and not using a director's chair? Nolan is always on his feet, constantly moving, constantly watching. According to him, it keeps his energy and focus up. Yup, Nolan has a thing for simplicity. The man wears a suit every single day on set. He believes it helps him keep a clear professional mindset. So while others are wearing jeans and hoodies, Nolan is out there filming blockbusters in a tailored suit. Christopher Nolan is a purist. While the rest of the world has largely moved to digital, Nolan sticks to shooting on actual film. He has gone on record saying the texture and depth of real film can't be replicated. It's why his films have such a unique, immersive look. Digital may be faster, but Nolan is all about the classic film grain. For Dunkirk, Nolan decided to film on actual historical locations where the evacuation took place. He even got real boats from World War II, but here's the kicker. He had to plan the shooting schedule around tides. Can you imagine directing a war epic based on when the tide comes in? Only Nolan.
I never thought I would see that again. It was just like I was there again. I was 20 when that happened. But I think it brought back, I could see my old friends again, and a lot of them died later in the war. I went on convoys after that in North Atlantic, and I lost so many of my buddies.
Nolan's obsession with filmmaking started young, like 7 years old young. He began making short films with his father's Super 8 camera and hasn't stopped since. By the time he was in college, he's already developed his unique, non-linear storytelling style that we now see in movies like Memento and Tenet.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
You've noticed it, right? Time, whether it's bending it, losing it, or reversing it, it's everywhere in Nolan's films. From the fractured timeline of Memento to the ticking clock of Dunkirk, Nolan's obsession with time isn't just a narrative gimmick. It reflects his personal fascination with how he experienced reality. Forget CGI explosions. Nolan blew up a real Boeing 747 for Tenet. You heard that right. He found that crashing an actual plane into a building was more practical and cost effective than using CGI.
Holy fuck. Dude, that thing's moving so fast. Oh my god. Oh! It's not stopping. Oh.
To set and it's like, yeah, we've got a 747 and we're crashing it into a building. That's how we're achieving the 747 crashing into a building. It feels very, very real, essentially because it is real.
Practical effects level got tier. While every blockbuster director was scrambling to make 3D movies after Avatar, Nolan stayed away. Why? He believes 3D glasses dim the visual experience. According to him, it ruins the emotion, and emotion is everything in a Nolan film. Most big budgeted films have second units to film action sequences, but not Nolan's. For Dark Knight, he personally directed every single scene, action or otherwise. This hands-on approach meant he oversaw every detail, making sure his vision remained intact from start to finish. Nolan loves IMAX. In fact, he was one of the first directors to embrace it fully. He shot large portions of The Dark Knight, Interstellar and the Dunkirk in IMAX, revolutionizing how blockbuster films are experienced. Feel you get when watching his movies? It's because he lives for those massive IMAX cameras.
You know why they attacked you, don't you? They were afraid of you.
Afraid of you?
All creatures feel fear.
Even the scary ones.
Especially the scary ones.
What do you think your fears? Face them. To conquer fear, you must become fear. You must bask in the fear of other men.
Unlike most modern blockbusters, you'll never find a post-credit scene in a Nolan film. Why? Nolan believes that the movie should end when it ends. No teasers, no setting up sequel, just a complete satisfying story. Nolan is a master of secrecy. When he sent the script for Interstellar to Matthew McConaughey, it was hand-delivered by Nolan's assistant. And Tenet actors could only read it in a locked room. Talk about building suspense before the movie even starts. He's flipping trucks in The Dark Knight or reversing time in Tenet. He is a filmmaker like no other. From his obsession with practical effects to his suit-wearing, phone-banning habits, Nolan isn't just a director, he's a phenomenon. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. Hit that subscribe button for more filmmaking insights. And I'll see you in the next one.